This video was sponsored by One Nest Studios. Elevate your sound. If you're looking for a studio that is reasonably priced to record your music, podcasts, etc., then you cannot go wrong with One Nest Studios. Contact the number down below or the email address or visit their website for more details. Thank you. Hi, this is a review of the Smatree DC SmaPole. Now, I bought this off Amazon UK for $25.99. There was no deals on it, and this is simply a Smatree Action pole which you get tripod legs with and some other accessories. Now I'll quickly go around the box. You get it in this plain brown box, Smatree on the front. Now this is what you get in the box. We have a little leaflet how to assemble the pole, especially where these joints are, the locking mechanism is, to grease them or oil them. And it's just a basic guide for that, so you get that in the box. We get a wing nut thumb screw we get in the box, which is out of plastic. And I like these particular thumb screws because you can use gloves on them quite easily, so that's quite good. I like that from Smatree. We get this tripod mount which has the Smatree branding on there, and it is made out of metal. And you can see it has a 1/4 inch thread on the bottom, so we get that. We get a plastic spring-loaded phone mount, which has a 1/4 inch thread on the bottom and a 1/4 inch thread on the back. We get a Smatree tripod legs. Now these are made out of metal with rubber ends on the bottom, but they do not lock in, and there's no locking in system in there. They're just close together. With a 1/4 inch thread on the bottom, but they have some weight to them. We get a Smatree lanyard with adjustable wrist strap here, and a 1/4 inch thread to attach to the bottom of the pole. And now we have the pole itself. And I'll go from the bottom to the top. On the bottom we have a 1/4 inch thread on the bottom, coloured with a blue accent. We have this foam rubber handle which is quite large, which is roughly about 5 inches long. We have the Smatree branding logo here. We have 2 locking systems here for the extension, and it uses a twist motion, which is anti-clockwise to open and clockwise to lock. So we have 2 of them. And at the top here, at the very top, we have a ball head here, a mini ball head, which is permanently attached to the actual pole itself. So this is not removable, but it is made out of all metal. And we have a 1/4 inch thread at the top on a rubber platform. And as you can see here, we have a just little lever here, so you can angle the ball head, and also when loosened it will swivel round. So we have that on the top. Now the actual pole itself is made out of aluminium, and it is very, very lightweight. One thing with Smatree poles, which I've always noticed with their poles, is it's the thickness. They seem to be thinner poles than Sandmark or GoPro. They're thinner. They're still strong, but they just have a thinner circumference around there than them poles, which I think helps to give its kind of lightweight. It's still robust, still built like a tank, and can take some knocks with this particular pole. The handle is a nice spongy handle, quite wide, Great with the bare hands. So even if you're using this in hot weather, as you sweat, it will absorb into this sponge here, so you won't lose grip on there, on this pole. And it has come with the various mounts, as you can see. It's suitable on this one. It has the GoPro style mount in system up here, which is made out of metal. And also, it also comes, as I showed you before, with the mobile phone mount on there as well. It is suitable for any kind of 360 camera. If you've got the GoPro Max, it's suitable for that. It's suitable for the Insta 360 1R and the 1X. It's suitable for that, but and any other 360 camera, it's suitable for with this pole. The only thing you have to bear in mind that you have to keep the camera straight, the ball head straight upright. Now the actual mount at the top here has a simple lever. Has a simple lever at the top here. So when you loosen the lever and turn it, which is only a slight turn, you can angle your camera or phone, if it's on the phone mount, from straight to literally from 90 degrees straight to 0 at you. So, and you can fasten it in place. Also, you can turn it as well. So just in case anybody asks, yes, you can spin round the camera or phone mount on there just by releasing the lever. Now, this is how it looks when it's fully extended with the tripod legs. And I have to admit, the tripod legs actually sit quite low, and they has a very, very wide footprint on there. Now, it's quite sturdy with the tripod legs on there. So if you want something for outdoor use with a tripod, with a pole, with an action pole, with a tripod, this is quite a good one to get. As I said, it has weighted legs, so it's quite good. But I always state this, bear in mind if there's a bit of a breeze or a bit of the wind, and you've got especially a mobile phone, not some bad with a camera like this on there, or an action camera on there, whether it's your GoPro, Yi camera, SJ cam, whatever, that'd be all right in slight breezy weather. But anything, if you put the mobile phone on there, especially these larger mobile phones on with the mobile phone mount, be aware, because that wind is a more bigger surface and the wind can catch it, and it's more tempting to blow it over. Personally, I would try and get the actual one of these legs in line with the camera, so it lessens the chance of the actual pole being blown over. Or just bring it down to halfway. If you bring it down to halfway, it lessens the chance of it being blown over. Now, I know I'm going to get asked this. Yes, you can use the actual tripod legs for an even further extension, and it will give you 6 inches more. So taking the total all length, if you want to count the actual top of the mount to the very bottom, will now bring you to 47 inches long. Otherwise, if you just want to count with the handle, using that as a handle, and to the bottom of the mount, it's going to be at 37. So having the legs on there does give it an extra bit of length. The legs actually are slightly, when connected up, are slightly thicker than the handle. You probably won't see that much of a difference on the video here, but in your hand, you can actually feel there's a slight more thickness to the legs than to the actual handle. But it does actually makes it, because you're going to have your phone on there or your camera of any description on there. Now you can put, which I left out, you can put compact and mirrorless cameras on this. So it will take that, because I've tried it with a Canon M6 and it's all right with it on there. So So you can put mirrorless cameras and compact cameras. The big DSLR cameras, I'd say no, I wouldn't go with them on this pole, but you can use up to those kind of cameras on there. Now this is my 2p worth on the Smatree SmaPole DC. I personally think this is a very, very good pole to buy, especially for the price. I like how you get the little extras with it, such as obviously a metal GoPro tripod mount on here, nice winged thumb screw so you can use gloves, easy to use with gloves. Also nice thick lanyard which you get with an adjustable adjustment on there, which is quite good. And also the phone mount, smartphone mount. Even though it's made out of plastic, but the spring loaded in there, it's quite strong, and it's padded top and bottom to grip your phone with rubber pads. That's brilliant to have. I like the system of the ball head. It's a nice small mini ball head on top with only this simple little lever just to loosen it and adjust the ball head, which only takes a quarter turn. That's brilliant. And I like the locking system, and on all Smatree poles, this simple rubber locking system fills with quality, and it locks your pole definitely into place. I like the lightweight, how it is, the nice spongy handle, and the heavy legs that you get with it. So for £26, this is a perfect all-rounder pole if you need something to film with. Really brilliant. Now, I tried this with my Insta360, sorry, not Insta360, sorry about that, because I have got rid of that camera. I tried with my GoPro Max camera on there. I suggest if you're going to use a GoPro Max, do not use the wing nut. Use the GoPro thumb screw. Use the dedicated GoPro thumb screw if you got one, because this will show up in the stitch line. If you're going to use it on there, if you haven't got a choice and you've got to use it, try and keep the fins part, the wings part, straight up like so, and not have it out, because it will come in the stitch line. Now for the negatives about this pole, and it's only a few negatives. The first one has to be the thumb screw. I know it says, I said it was it's a positive and it was great, but they could have made this thumb screw out of metal. That would have been even brilliant, really brilliant. So that to me is a negative. What may be a negative to some people is the circumference of this pole. Don't get me wrong, it is a very strong pole, even verging onto as an action pole. You can take this skiing and that, and it will take a couple of bashes. Obviously it's not as strong as some of the, like the sandmark poles, but it can take a beating, but not much of a beating like the sandmark poles. It's the circumference of the pole. Now, some people, it may not bother them holding, especially without the feet, holding this pole for a long time. I find with me, with Smatree poles, sometimes I do get a pain in my hands here when holding this for a long time because of the circumference. But if you attach the legs on, which is, as I said before, is slightly thicker and wider than the circumference, is more thicker, that eliminates that problem. So if you're one of these people, if you're holding something which is very narrow for a long time, you get pain in your hand. You might get it with this pole, so I suggest holding it with the legs on. Make sure you screw the pole very tight to the legs. Now, if you have the Smatree SmaPole DC, tell me what you think about it, what your thoughts are. Leave that in the comment section down below, because your opinions are different to my opinions. Me personally, this is a great all-rounder pole. Now, the only thing you have to buy extra and with this pole, if you're going to use your smartphone with the smartphone clamp on there or smartphone mount, you're going to have to buy yourself a remote shutter button. And you can pick them up from eBay or from Amazon for quite cheap. Now, if you like this video, I know my videos can be long, please give it a thumbs up. If you don't like it, give it a thumbs down. I'm easy with that. I know that my videos can be quite long, but I like to go into detail to save you your expectations of the pole when you buy it. At least you know when you get it, you can say, yep, that guy on YouTube was right. The circumference is a bit small, and etc. So I like to save you that time. Anyway, please subscribe to my channel, and oh yes, thanks for watching.